my diesel fell off a step. Well, we're back with the 1080. Last time I had this running and now I can't seem to get any power to it. So I've got to go back to square one to get it running. Once I get it running, the whole plan is to see if I can get it driving. I think I'm going to start by cleaning up this part, but it's all been mushed and mullered over the years. You can't really get a spanner or a socket onto it. Luckily, our Nipex, they come into play because you can get onto it and they will actually grip it, which is, there you go, the big difference. Right, have a look here. Now, the last time I started this for the Will It Start, I used my remote starter because it just gets rid of any chances there's a break in the cable or the switch isn't going to, it just goes direct to the starter. So you cut a lot of potential issues out, and it went. This time though, I do want to try and connect the starter and use the ignition. So this time I'm going to put that wire where I had my remote starter on, I'm going to put that on there this time, and then we're going to use that ignition key there. However, that isn't like a normal Lucas key that we use in most tractors. It's something a bit smaller, or something's broke off, so I'm going to use the trusty screwdriver. But anyway, that's that. That's where it should be started from, and that's what I'm going to try and do. Now, the other thing is, I bypassed the fuel tanks. Why did I do that? Same sort of reason.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
There might be sludge or rust or water in there, and it'll just give us headaches when we try to start it. So I bypassed that, went direct, used my trusty little manual pump and hose, and we'll put it directly into there. And once it gets running and everything's all right, then we'll have a look at that. We'll find if there's any drain plugs or anything in. We'll have a look at them, just flush these through, and it can be connected back up again. But for the minute, we'll go direct. Right, so that wire is on the starter. I've got my key here. Let's see if we can get a note out of it. And in case something happens, I'm just going to get up out of here. I don't mind it squashing the battery, but... Right, I'm not going to try and pretend to be all cool and it's like, well, of course it is. I started last time. Really didn't expect that. I don't know what to say, really. You do, don't you, dog? You know what to say. I don't know. Look back. I'll have to look back and find out when it was. It was last year that I fired this up. All right, muckers. So, this is the one. The Massey 1080. Since then, it's been moved a couple of times with a telehandler. Literally just strapped up and pulled it round and dumped it. That's bloody impressive. I know people moan about these old engines and these. That was impressive. I don't care. What I was hoping to happen was, I said, to get that to turn over and then maybe on get a bit of squirt, you know, the old party gas, and then get her running. With that in mind, we can now proceed to the reason we're here, which is the will it move, will it drive? Now, somebody that will remain nameless has already started to take the track rod and all that off the front axle because it was buggered, but they didn't check that the part they ordered actually fitted. So now we've got this situation. So what I'm going to do, I am just going to temporarily bolt it back on, smack that back in, because I just want to know if it moves. I don't want to drive it, take it up the road, I just want to know if it moves. Yeah, that has seen better days.
That was fucked.
That was a bit fucked.
Now, because of this, basically, that is absolutely stripped. That is why it was wired on originally. But the Fudd Weasel took this off to replace it, and then realised the part he ordered and the bit that arrived was different to this. So anyway, just for the time being, so I can straighten the wheels, I don't want that just popping through, I'm going to use a pair of tie wraps. And there's no good going, there could be something happen that could come at you. Look, I'm not going on a fucking road run with it. I'm just going to straighten the wheels, all right? And if it busts, it busts. We're not travelling anywhere. I want to straighten the wheels as if it goes backwards and forwards. That is it. In the meantime, the part he's then ordered, which is correct, should arrive and we can do it properly. But, yeah, it's a good time. Now, the other thing we'll do is check the power steering fluid, which we'll do here. So I'll just undo that, and I think it's ATF. I've got a bit of ATF. We'll put that in there if it needs topping up. And that way, when we start it back up, hopefully we can just straighten the wheels. And then we'll be able to test the clutch. And then we'll be able to see if she goes forwards and backwards. How much ATF? Fucking all of it. And always remember, safety 28th. There's the stop. And I can actually pull the stop if I need to, because the cable's seized at that end. But at least I do have a means of stopping it now. And I can imagine everybody's OCD is gone because I've left all these long ends. But that's just for dramatic effect. Right, so let's have a go. Let's get her fired up now and see if we can straighten the steering. That goes in there. Alright, I don't know when it happened, but when I drove that way, the The drum of diesel fell off a step. I didn't notice until I was coming this way and I looked down. But I managed to just carry on with no drum of diesel. Obviously what was just in the lines and filters, and park it back up. I went and got the drum. So no drums of diesel harmed in this production. But also you know, people are always on about how frugal and fuel efficient their tractors are these days. Obviously not as efficient as a Massey 1080, because that's just gone all that way on fresh air.
Right, what are you up to?
They're in, getting this, you know, to drive.
So, right.
This, just a friend of mine just dropped in.
Oh my God, have you seen this?
It's like having a child here. I never seen him so happy.
Cool, I spend my time just thinking.
To just come and see. You had a bit of a bet that I wouldn't be able to get it running.
This thing will never go again.
I'm
surprised you actually got it.
No, honestly, it's now. I got it on the key, starting, and it also drives. Obviously, when the Fudd Weasel bought it, he had it all with a crane and everything on it, like from some sugar beet factory. So we've got to get link on.
He's a bit simple, isn't he?
He is a bit simple. I don't even know where he's gone. He's sort of done a moonlight flip.
Well, I hope it's raining.
Yeah. Apparently he's been complaining that, oh, I'm not well, I'm not ill, and they're getting all the sympathy. And yeah,
come back with an arm like a hermit crab.
Yeah, well, I do actually suspect that his illness does involve some sort of masturbation accident, you know. So
Go away, Baton.
Oh, I like that. Here's one for all you safety Sallys out there.
yeah, but you don't need to worry about that. Look, they are called, you know, cable ties. So that ties, or it's a tie rod.
Yeah.
So that's what.
And those are cable ties.
Yeah, so that's all good. There was a nut on there until I started driving it about. That seems to have vanished. But anyway, point of the thing was that the part was ordered, turned up wrong again. It's one of the things he did. I didn't. I just found it like that, and I had to put this back on because he'd ordered the wrong part.
He sounds like a right twat.
He really is, and I don't even know why I give him the time of day.
I wouldn't.
So everything just went really smoothly, apart from obviously the diesel drum falling off, and then this just miraculously ghosting back to here under vapour, you know. But I really do like the old 1080. I'm not going to deny that, and at least now it's running, it's driving. We can move it about, we can get it in the other shed easily.
Bullshit.
So I think we'll just take a bit of time on it now. So he's going to get the track rod end, to get that sorted, so we can undo the cable ties. I'm going to remove these long extension leads for the battery, and I'll get some proper ones made up, you know, that fit in there. I'm going to look at the diesel tanks and see if I can find a drain plug, flush them through so we can plumb that all back in so they run, you know, it runs off the diesel tank. We got it started on the key this time. You know, just what a treat. And I mean, genuinely, what a bit of kit this really is. You know, it's at these sort of stages now that you realise that these projects are worth doing. You know, you're not going to just throw money into it and it's going to just be an endless money pit.
We are multi-millionaires. We shall buy this place and fire you immediately.
That engine runs so well. And as I said, transmission, clutch, even the brakes all work. So, yeah, I'm really pleased. So there we are. Finished, dog? Yes? All good? All good. Anyway, we better go, better we? Huh? Yeah. Right, muckers. Until the next one. Do well.